everybody.
That ended quick.
So, okay. Yes. First thing always, can you see us and hear us? Because there's no point saying anything unless nobody can see us or hear us.
That's right. And my internet did already shut off once today. So,
Kelly.
No, I don't mean down here. I mean,
okay.
Everywhere.
Oh, totally?
It was
wow.
gone.
Okay.
Yeah, for about 20 minutes. So hopefully
they
it's
can see us and hear us. Okay.
Okay,
yes.
good.
Okay.
Good.
So we are a knitting podcast from Southwestern Ontario. We are Knits and Pieces. My name is Noelle. And Canada. Yes, I should say that because people might not know. My name is Noelle, and this is my friend Kelly.
Hi.
So this is our Tuesday night knit chat cap. I was going to say this is the knit chat cafe.
I like it. Let's go with that.
I like it. Yeah. So welcome to the knit chat cafe, where you can bring along your projects and ask us things and ask each other things and just generally have fun. So this is our kind of informal, once a week get together with your fiber buddies and, talk about whatever happens to come up in the conversation.
Right.
So,
okay. And there were already a lot of people in here chatting. That was great to see.
Mm-hmm.
So, okay, Noelle, your internet is still better than mine. Do you want to do a quick run through of all the names?
I'm going to go quickly, and if I miss somebody's name, I'm sorry, but we want to welcome everybody. We're so glad that you're here. Special welcome to any new people. We hope we don't scare you away. So just bear with us. So hi, Annette, Elaine, Beth, Leah, let's see, Kimmy, Cornelia. Oh, see, I do that when I go through. We've got Wendy,
Emma,
Linda, Margaret, Luana.
Camille.
I still have a hard time remembering the
Camille,
people that have a different.
Camille is Knit and Pearl.
Okay, and pink and pink and ink is.
I always think
I have it all written down
because it's very pink knits, but that's not.
I forget because the list is on my iPhone, which I'm using to record. So I'm going to have to print out the list. Anyway, we've also got Teresa, Susan, Carol, Lise, Trudy, Laura, Sue. We've got West Side Story from Eastern Ontario. We've got Karen, Mary. Hi, Mary. Mary's from BC. We've got Joan. Where are we? Bobby, Glenda, Carol, Cheryl, Anne, Vicky, Laura, and I'm sure I'm missing people. Sue, Gwendy, which I would assume is Gwen. We've got
Jan. Going to bring a mirror this week.
I know. I need a big mirror. Anyways, welcome. We've got Donna. Let's see, Emily, Elaine, Mindy. Anyway, welcome everybody. We're glad that you're here. There's just so many that it's just hard to go through. Anyways, we want to welcome everybody. We're so glad that you're here. This is it's cold, very cold here in Southwestern Ontario at the moment. So it's a perfect night for it's
-9.
Yeah, sitting and knitting.
Perfect
weather for us knitters though, so that we can wear our winter woolies.
Okay. Well, maybe we should start off. I've seen a few people already have commented on our sweaters. So maybe we should talk about our sweaters and what we're wearing. And the pressure's on now. I know I'm wearing the Deshane sweater. Yes. I know I'm wearing the Deshane sweater by Layla Raven. And I'm desperately trying to think of what I knitted in. It's Gadifra yarn. It's on my Ravelry page. I knit this one, I think last year. I might have started it almost 2 years ago, and then I finished it off. I had a little issue with finding one more skein. So then I was trying to, you can like see in the sleeves where I have an off dye color lot that I was trying to mix and match. So anyway, it's very crop sweater. So I'm wearing it. I've got a little, like a sundress on. Sundress in January in -9. But
is it warm in your basement?
Well, I'm always warm in my basement. It's warm down here. I've got the door closed. So this is what I generally like to wear it with, though, is a dress underneath, or like a longer style, sort of like a swing t-shirt, I guess, over jeans. But usually I put it over a dress, and it's all cotton. Is it all cotton, Noelle? Gosh, I don't
No,
know.
I thought, didn't that have some linen in it?
I think
Or
it's a
maybe
cotton.
not.
Maybe it's a
All
cotton linen blend.
Okay.
I'm so sorry. I should have written that down, or I should have at least looked at it. If you want to talk about your sweater,
Okay, I will talk about my sweater.
I might be
So,
able to find it.
first of all, I'm going to say Happy Australia Day because someone on here said it was Australia Day.
Oh,
So, yeah, and someone said I could put the the sweater names on the screen. So, Kelly, yours is DeShane.
yes. Just looking back, I do have my book here, but I don't know.
And that's by Lila Rab, correct?
Layla Raven.
Layla Raven. Okay. Okay.
Okay.
And I'll leave that one up there just for a minute. Did you find it, the yarn?
No, sorry.
No. Okay. That's okay. Anyway, so mine is the Primrose. And the Primrose is by, my mind just went blank, Marie Wallen. Marie Wallen. And it's done in her British Breeds yarn. So it is her yarn. The yarn is, it's a blend of 4 different British breeds. I know there's like Wensleydale in there. There's Wartbulls. I can't remember what the other 2 are, but it's specific to her. And she has the yarn milled at John Arbon in England. So I'll just kind of, it's an all over colorwork. So it comes to about my hip bone. Was fun to knit, but I really like doing color work. Like I just find it's so hard to put down. Well, this whole color range, her colors are just they just are all kind of go together. Mm-hmm. So because I forget how many colors are in here, quite a few, but it's just like they all just have that same sort of, I guess it would be like tone, and they all just kind of blend together. So this was a kit that I bought from the Woolly Thistle, which is in the States. It's an online store, and they mostly sell rusticy. I shouldn't say rusticy because this does not feel rustic at all, but they sell woolly wools, I guess. Most of them are like non-treated. So a lot of them are not superwash yarns, and they do, they do have a lot from overseas, like especially the UK, but they also carry a lot of Norwegian yarns too, and yarns from Denmark, but it's all kind of woolly type yarns. So, and they also do a shop cast. So I don't know if it's every Friday, but it's usually Fridays, and they kind of go through what's new in the store. And it's dangerous for me to watch it because I always want to knit everything that they show. But it's if you're into this type of yarn, it's a really good podcast to watch. So
very good. I was just catching up.
Okay.
Reading through some comments. Oh gosh, now I forget the handle name. Pink and Ink Knits is indeed Stacy. Apparently,
okay, Stacy.
That's the name I want to affiliate every week, and then I second guess myself. So next week there'll be no second guessing. Stacy, it is. And we have some new people here that are new to the live. They said that they watch us after the fact, but this is their first time going to the live. So hopefully, don't be shy. Jump in. If you've got comments, just type them in. Feel free to chat to us or anybody else that's in here.
That's right, because we miss a lot. So
yes, we do miss a lot. We try, but if it's something that you need to know, and if we've missed you, and
put it in again.
Put it in again. We will eventually catch on. So, Lauren's asking if I have come down from my miles high yet. No. I had my first tear moment this week.
Oh, there goes Kelly's internet.
Oh no, not again.
Your internet went. Your voice kind of went. So actually, mine's kind of.
I called a short podcast. No. Have faith. We're going to power through this. Yes, I had my first moment where I was really missing Miles this week. And I just thought, I'm sad because he's gone. But he still calls us every day and FaceTimes us every day. Miles is my grandson. Yeah. If everybody doesn't know that, he is 3 months old. So he's not FaceTiming us, but mom and dad are very good at FaceTiming us. And she said she always puts us on the TV, Noelle, on Tuesday nights. and has him in the room so that he can hear our voices.
Yeah.
So I did some sewing for Miles this week too, instead of knitting. Sewing's quicker.
Yeah. Okay, so Janet says that she actually has done 2 Duchesne sweaters, and she did them short sleeves for summer. I really like it. That is a sweater that I want to do. So who knows? Maybe this summer. Maybe.
Well, it's funny when you say the short sleeves, Janet, because when I put this one on tonight, I thought, you know what? This hangs so far down the arm that it almost looks. Every time I put it on, I'm conflicted if I really, really like it or if I feel like it's stretching out. It's not stretching out. This is exactly where it was when I made it. But I could see where even just putting like a really short cuff on it to finish it off, because there's no actual cuff. It's just you sort of end the knit stitches and bind off.
Yep.
And I think I would like that for summer, because I know back in the summer when I was wearing it, there were days where it was just, it felt a little too much because of the sleeves, but it's definitely not a winter weight sweater.
But sometimes when you go somewhere in the summer too, and you might just have like, you know, like a skirt and a little tank top on, like sometimes you want to just throw something over the top if you're going in, well, especially if you're going in somewhere where it's air conditioned.
Mm-hmm.
So,
and I was watching, I don't remember whose podcast this week, but they were talking about a sweater that they had made, and they referenced that it was a little flash dancey across the air because it's quite open. And I always sort of feel that way too. So I was cautious today. I was trying to match a bra strap with with the dress.
I don't even worry about that anymore.
Anyway, so
Sue wanted to know if my sweater is soft or itchy. I find it soft. I think you felt this sweater, Kelly. It's not.
It's soft.
I guess it all depends. Like, I can't say for sure. It all depends on your sensitivity level. Everybody is different. But I mean, it's definitely softer than Spindrift or Jameson's of Shetland. It's definitely softer than that. It would be definitely softer than Briggs and Little. Definitely softer. It's softer than superwash before you wash it. Not superwash, super soft, like whole super soft.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
I think actually it's even softer than the super soft even after it blooms. So
Sheila was asking to repeat the name of the podcast, and I think she's referencing the Woolly Thistle. Is that
they just call it's the Woolly Thistle, and they just call it a shop cast.
A shop cast.
So if you just went into YouTube and just typed in Woolly Thistle, and Woolly is Woolly, then you should be able to find it.
And Klaska finished her Celtic knot sweater. Yay, Klaska.
Yay.
Did you put a picture in for us, Klaska? I wanted to see the color that you chose. I checked on the Ravelry page last week, and I still think there were only about 12 sweaters in that pattern.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, Becky says she made it. Her husband actually reminded her that it was knit chat night.
What a great hubby.
What a great husband. That's right.
Hubby.
So.
Okay. I think I'm caught up. I think I'm down to the bottom.
I was going to go on. Jean said she's heard of several people who made the primrose and have said that the yoke is very deep and covers the tip of the arms and is restricting in the fit. Yes, I made modifications. So the original yoke was supposed to start where this gold is. So I actually knit up probably another inch and a half before I actually split for the sleeves. So what I did was, well, you don't split for the sleeves, before I joined the sleeves because it's bottom up.
Mm-hmm.
So what I did was, like, based on the gauge that I was getting down here in row depth, I figured out how deep I wanted the yoke. And then I went to the pattern and figured out where that would be in the pattern. So I think if it had been down, I don't know if you can see it there, but if it had been down and all joined at that yellow, I wouldn't have been happy with it either, because it would have felt like it was down here. So yeah, that was a modification, but I think that's basically the only modification that I made. The rest of the sweater was as written.
Okay. All right. And I cast something new on this week because I said it last week in KnitChat. And the reason I said it is so that I would be held accountable, because I've been saying for weeks now, I'm going to cast on a sweater, and I don't, but I did. I cast on the Fern and Feather this week. There we go. I have a yoke.
Yay, that looks good.
I have a yoke.
That looks awesome. I love the colors.
I do too. Yes, you picked them up for me. They're perfect. I do too. I really like it. And it's fun. It was fun to be working on Colorwork again. And it's fun to be working on a chunkier yarn. This is actually an Aran weight, and I am using the Barocco Remix. And it's funny because just before we came on, I was saying to Noelle, like, how this is so soft. This is like your favorite sweatshirt fabric ever. And I said, it doesn't even feel like wool. Silly me. There's no wool in it. It's all plant fiber, all plant fiber. So this yarn is 30% nylon, 27 cotton, 24 acrylic, 10 silk, and 9 linen. But it's really, really, really soft. Like, think, if you haven't knit with this yet, think about sort of like that dishcloth cotton, but extra, extra soft. And it creates just a really, I don't know, just a wonderful fabric. Like this can go next to skin, and you wouldn't need to wear anything under this. And because it's all these cotton blends, it's going to wash like a rag. Wash like a rag. Yeah, it's going to be great. And I think when you made your sweater in this yarn, you didn't even block it before you started wearing it, because it kind of like
it just lays nice.
It just really lays nice.
Okay, so, show us your floats.
Oh, show us the floats. Okay. I've got no float shame.
I always have to show mine.
Alrighty, there's the floats.
Yeah, looks good.
Yeah, so there was only a couple of spots where I caught the floats. There was one, I think it was over 9 stitches, and I think I did catch it. And the next row that I have to do, I think it has an 11 stitch, so I will catch that once too. But we've talked about catching the floats before, and since it's a sweater for me and I'm mindful of it, I'm not going to have a problem with it. I've done, like in fingering weight, when I did my Miserina, I was doing a longer stretch and not catching it. But since this is such a chunky yarn, even when you do catch the float, I really can't even find, well, I guess, so that would be a section where I caught it, because that's the longest section, I think, so far, is right in there. And like, I can't even see where I caught it. So I'm okay with that, but it's nice. Yep. So I'm glad I finally committed to something. And then once I get finished the yoke, the rest is going to be just easy peasy knitting. I was going to put up, I did put in our pictures this week.
Okay, while you're doing that, I just want to answer a question, because you had asked if I adjusted the sleeve length on the Primrose, and the only thing I did was knit up the same amount to where I joined it all up at the yoke. So I would have knit it exactly the same as the body. So because I did that, there is a little bit extra, like probably 1.25 inches extra in the sleeve, but that's only because I joined it up later. So. And back to the remix, I did a sweater in the remix, the Moynier by Albina McLaughlin. And did you see Kloska did that one? It looked gorgeous.
Yes.
And that, like that, wait till you wear the sweater. It's just so cozy.
I know. I feel like it's just going to be like a sweatshirt.
It isn't. It's not super warm because it's not wool.
There's no wool.
That's right.
And I think it'll be warm enough.
It's still warm enough, but it's not like, if you had an Aran weight sweater and 100% wool at that weight, that would feel almost too warm to wear inside.
Absolutely. So. And I don't think I mentioned, but the Fern and Feather is by Jennifer Steingass.
Yes. So, and there's some people asking where
we bought it.
We got ours at Little Red Mitten. Mm-hmm. So that's if you're in Canada, or, they do ship, but I'm sure it's available other places too. It's a Barocco yarn. So probably if you just looked at where Barocco yarns are sold, or Little Red Mitten has it and they do ship, so you could check there.
Mm-hmm. Somebody's asking if I went up a needle size for the color. I'm knitting it exactly as written by the pattern, and I think the Colorwork is a half size larger than I cast on with. And I didn't read Fern. I'm not a person who reads into the pattern. We also just had this discussion. So I don't know if I go back down a needle size when I get to the body or not. I'm not sure. I'm sorry.
I do read
knit as I go.
I read ahead if I'm doing a test knit.
I did a gauge swatch. I gauge swatched. Okay. I did.
Kelly, I did 92 gauge swatches.
Yeah, but never for yourself. So I did a gauge swatch and I got gauge just in the stockinette. I I did not gauge swatch the color work, but I got into this far enough that I could sort of stretch it out. Now I realize it's not blocked, but I was pretty close to gauge. So I think with blocking, it's going to be fine.
It's, when I did mine, I did not change needle sizes. I used the same needle size for the whole sweater. Other than I think on the sleeve cuffs and at the neck edge, I used a smaller needle. But for the rest of the sweater, I didn't change the needle size when I was doing.
Mary says there's another place in Canada too for remix. It's called Burkana Wool Shop, and they ship as well. Okay. I'm not familiar with that. I've never heard of it, but I'm going to have to look that up. I'll mark that one down.
So Lauren said that her order of remix from Aberdeen, she had 2 sweater quantities that she ordered at the end of November. She finally got it yesterday. So, she says thanks to us. We can't wait to see what you make with it, Lauren.
Yes, absolutely. So, it's beautiful yarn. It's really super affordable too.
And it does come in now. I do have some, but I haven't knit with it yet. There is also Remix Light, which is kind of like a fingering to a sport weight. So I'm thinking that would be a good one to do some summer tops in. So
Amanda's saying that she's never knit a sweater for herself because she lives in Florida. But hey, Amanda, like what about a lighter weight sweater?
Linen or cotton or silk?
Something like this, that's linen and cotton. I know like in the summer, we knit some, just some summer shell sweaters and cotton, linen. There's even, I'm trying to think, what is the flax yarn that I used from Trailhead? That is beautiful yarn and it's really light. So,
well, you can also get Tencel.
Well, I added Tencel with the flax, I think. Right. Remember I held that double and I was just, again, trying to go back in my mind because I know that they're all plant fibers, the Trailhead yarns.
Shirley says she's going to be casting on the Fern and Feather. You'll really like it, Shirley. I do have one, but I must admit I don't wear it a whole lot, but it's because it's done in an Aran weight yarn and it's too hot for an indoor sweater. So I only wear it like if it's outside and it's like cold, but warm enough that you don't really need a big jacket on.
Yes.
And kind of wear it like that.
Yeah. I think I'll get a lot of wear out of this one though.
Yeah. Because I've worn mine quite a bit.
Yep.
So
of course, if we were sticking true to what we said we should be doing, we should be knitting summer sweaters now.
Yeah. Well, right? That's not happening. I don't think I ever said that. Don't anybody go back and look.
Okay. Oh, and Remix Light is at Wool and Silk and Shelburne.
Okay. Yes.
We knew that
I did get some there. That's right.
Yes. And West Side Story, we don't know your name unless you've typed it and we just missed it. But if you could type your name in, although I could say West Side Story all night long.
I know.
One of my all-time favorite shows, Broadway shows, that is. We got singing when the kids were here, some of the songs from Chicago and talking about the show. And then just the day before they left, I had to put it on. I had to watch it. We were singing along and Derek was shaming us saying, "Oh, I can't believe you guys are watching this." And then that night before we were headed out for a walk, or he was headed out for a walk with Miles, he's upstairs singing it.
Oh yeah, I'm supposed to be knitting. I forgot.
So I put in a marker last week when I started KnitChat of where I was on my Musselburgh. I've made some ground this week.
You have.
So this is, I think I picked this up before we went for, we had to go into Sarnia to get some tiling supplies. So I knit this much on the way to Sarnia and back. Sarnia is 25 minutes away. So I did put a picture of this too. This is what we were doing on the weekend. Tiling. Tiling is tricky. It's just tricky. That's what I'm going to have to say. You have to be very careful. I was being really cautious to get the spaces all in there perfectly. And that the concrete sets up pretty quickly. So that's around our fireplace. And we've got more done now. But and then up top, obviously, you can see where the TV will be mounted. But that's our project. What else did I do on the weekend? I put all my weekend pictures in here. This is what I did on the weekend too. I made bison chili. Has anybody else
Sounds
made
good.
bison chili? It was really, really good. It's a
Where did you
different.
get the bison?
I got it at Costco.
Oh, really?
They sell it in the 1 pound packages. There were 2 packages, and I think it was $9 or $10 for 2 packs of this. So I thought I would try it. I was planning originally to make bison burgers, and then I thought, no, it was that kind of a weekend that called for chili. So I made chili. So here's my first time findings on bison. It seems to me it certainly didn't leave like any when I pre-cooked the meat before I loaded everything else into my Dutch oven. It didn't. There was precious little fat or oil that came out of it. It's a really
Lean meat, yeah.
lean meat, and it definitely tasted. It was really good. It tasted. There was like a real thick, meaty taste to it. Normally, I make my chili with turkey, so this was a little different.
Good.
Oh, now we've got the Chicago references, Mr. Cellophane. Yes, and we were saying that we thought that was maybe the least liked song in the show, but probably one of the great performances, definitely. So yes, we were singing all of the tunes after Julia, all of them.
Well, although I remember with the kids, the big thing that we used to sing was all the songs from Greece.
Yes, I like those too.
Yeah,
I like those too. Well, we were I was just about to say that we're a show tune family, but we are not, because Mike has little to no interest in it, but the kids and we know them all. And then the kids got teasing us because we were joking about the cell block song, Cell Block Tango. Mm-hmm. It's like, you pop that gum one more time. And he did. And we were saying that for a few days too. But anyway, okay. Gosh, we're everywhere tonight and nowhere. Laura wanted to know if I was using the remix chunky or worsted. I think it's
worsted.
Laura, it's worsted, but it's worsted, but it's, I'm going to get all tangled up.
But again. I think it's classed as an Aran weight.
It is classed as an Aran weight, but it's worsted. And then the other thing I did this weekend, and I don't need to show this because I already put it all over Instagram, but I got all the purchases off the floor, Noelle. I photographed everything. I cataloged it into Ravelry, and I even made a stupid little reel while I was at it because, hey, we're going to have to learn how to make reels one of these days. So I just thought, well, this is a good time to dive in. So that's what I think
Rachel told me that she saw it, and I don't look at reels or stories, so I never saw it.
Well, it was just kind of fun to make. I showed it to Mike after, and he's like, how'd you do that? I don't even know what I did, but I did it. So.
Heather says there's a local bison farm here.
Yes, there is. And somebody was telling me about that, but I had already gotten the Costco bison and it was in my freezer. So I thought I would use that up. Mm-hmm. And I am definitely, now that I've tasted it and I liked it and I liked how lean the meat was, that I'm definitely going to source out the local bison for sure.
Yeah, I might have to try it. So
yeah. Okay. So what else?
Today I finished all my swatches. I think I was on the last couple, last Tuesday, but I finished all of them. So I got them all done. So I took them to Little Red Mitten today and dropped them all off and came home with stuff. Not supposed to be buying, but it's so pretty. So I got some fleece.
Show us. That's beautiful. That's beautiful. So I cannot wait to see.
This fleece is from Crafty Jack's Boutique. They might even be in BC.
They're in BC. Yeah. I have some of their yarn from when I went to Knit City.
Okay. So this is a tweed.
Yes. And some of the yarn I have from them is a tweed. It's fantastic.
Yeah, it's called South American, and then it's got the viscose neps in it. So it's an 80-20. So, but then I also picked up this, like another cone of Holst Garn Super Soft. This is the
Oatmeal
Pussy Willow colorway. But look how that's going to be so, I can't hardly show them both at the same time. There. I'm so uncoordinated. Anyways, but won't that look gorgeous in a Colorwork sweater?
Yes. Do you have a sweater picked out?
No. but I'll find one. So anyways, I couldn't resist. So I had to get that. And well, I love doing Colorwork sweaters. So I'm going to show you the one that I just started. So again, there's my base yarn. It's another cone of wool. So that is the bleached white. And I'm using it with this hand spun. So this hand spun is from Lily and Pine, and it's 100% Corriedale. And then the sweater that I'm doing is a test knit for Beth McDonald Stone.
Okay. Beautiful.
So I love it. And then I did do.
Is there a name yet for that sweater that she has?
It's called the Chalice Vine.
Okay.
She lives in Bermuda, and it's a flower that grows in Bermuda. So, but if you look, can you see around? I've got ladder back stitches going in between every.
Yes,
repeat.
I can. Yep.
So, but then you don't see them on
That's right.
The outside where you join your yarn. So you can see these lines down like here.
Yes.
So that's the ladder back jacquard where you can catch your
right.
Your contrast yarn in behind.
Right. So when I was talking about catching the floats earlier, that would have been a good time for us to talk about it. So there's a couple of methods of catching floats. Yeah. And I find that ladder back method that you're showing is actually perfect when you're using a lighter weight yarn because it's invisible. Like it actually doesn't attach to the front fabric at all. All of the catching of the float is happening behind. So if you have a light yarn that you're using, that would be the go-to method for me. But since this was the one that I'm doing is such a heavy method, or heavy yarn, I didn't find that it shows.
Right. So I'm going to show you how
you can put your fingers right up inside.
Right up in there because the layer of fabric is separate from your main fabric for the sweater.
Yes. Yeah.
But the colors in this that fleece are just
so pretty.
I just love it. Yep.
So pretty.
So when I start doing that, I can't put it down. So like my socks, forget it. I'm not even working on those. When I start doing a Colorwork project, I just want to see what it looks like after the next row and after the next row. And especially when you've got yarn that's changing colors like that, you just want to see how it all goes together. So
I know I had a couple of late nights with that yoke, just thinking.
I know.
One more row.
I know. So anyway. Oh, and I see it. Look at this too. Like you actually cast on with your contrast color, and it's a folded. It's a folded ribbed neck.
What a nice little detail.
That's the inside.
That's so pretty.
But isn't that cool?
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah.
So. Very nice. Is the color work just in the yoke on her test knit, or is it? Yes,
it's just in the yoke, but then the sleeves are kind of a little bit poofy, and then it's got a really nice lacy detail around the edge of the cup.
Nice.
So, yes, someone did ask what the name of the technique. It's ladder back jacquard.
Okay.
And the tutorial that I watched was Suzanne Bryan, and I found it very easy to follow. And someone asked where we got the cones. These two that I just showed tonight, I got at Little Red Mitten, but we do sometimes order directly from Holst. So Holst has the yarn that they sell in cones. Well, that we've had, I don't know, and there might be others too, but we've had the super soft, which is 100% wool. So these cones have 500 grams, and oftentimes you'll find that they're heavy. There's actually more than 500 grams on them. So it's a very light fingering weight. It's 250 meters in 50 grams. So it's a very light fingering weight.
287.
Might even be more than that. Is it 287?
How do I know? Because I stashed some cones this weekend. Yes, it's 287 for 50, and there's 500
meters or yards.
Oh, you got
see. Anyways, whatever. It's a light fingering. Doesn't matter. And then they also sell another. Well, one of the other yarns that we bought in the cone is Coast, and Coast is, I think it's 40% cotton and 60% lamb's wool.
It's 287 meters, 314 yards.
Yards. Okay. So it is a really light fingering, but it does bloom when you wash it.
It does.
Like once you block it, it blooms. So.
And you're holding that double though, right?
No, I'm not.
Oh, you're not?
Mm-mm.
Okay. All right.
No.
This is also bleached white.
Yes.
Stash that one this weekend too.
So the coast also comes in cones. The coast is even lighter again, so it's really good for summer garments. The coast is actually, I can't even remember. Do you have any coast there, Kelly, too?
Yes. Of course.
You might as well bring up, I think the Tides is actually the same yardage as the Super Soft, but coast is
350 meters and 50 grams. So it's even lighter.
Like I did my Tanya sweater and I used the coast and I just used 2.05 of those balls, and they're 50-gram balls.
Right. So I'm going to use it. I think I showed this before, but so I have a cone of coast too. And this is what I'm going to use to do a ranunculus. What did I say I was going to do with this? I was holding 2 strands of coast and 1 strand of the Titicaca, which is 100% pure alpaca, but it has a really nice loft. You can see like it's really, really soft. So you hold that with 2 strands of this and knit that up for a ranunculus.
And the Titicaca is lace weight, because I think there's 400. I think there's 400 and something in it. 400 and something meters.
Let me look. There's 400 meters.
Yeah, there you go.
We should have a job with holes.
We should.
And just get a job.
They also have, I don't have it here with me. Actually, I do. Reach over here. This sweater, I'm using I just got to pull this over. I'm pulling this over my couch. Okay. So here. So this is, I'm using the Holstgarn Tides, and the Tides is 70% wool, 30% silk. But I'm holding this with mohair, but it's
drops. Kids,
yes, drops
kids silk.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. So I've got one sleeve done. So it's a little bit of a kind of a puffy sleeve. Anyway, so I will not even have used, by the time I'm done this sweater, I will not even have used 4 of the 50-gram cakes of the Tides.
Right.
So.
Right. Okay. So we had some questions in here. Oh, first, hi, Sally. Hi, Sally Thibodeau. That was my maiden name. Spelt differently, though. No X on the end.
I didn't know that. I did not know that.
Yeah, it's not a common name. Not at all. But anyway, so welcome, Sally. Mary's asking if we hold the holst doubled or single. So it depends on the sweater, Mary.
I've done both.
You've done both.
Yeah.
I think this is the first time you've done it as a single, haven't you?
No, because I did the test. The winter. I did the winter fill by Skein Gear, and that was single.
Right.
And I did the sweater that Natalie did for Christmas, and that was single.
Okay, yeah.
So
it depends on what the project is. And then somebody else was asking if coast would work for the Deshane. Okay, so the Deshane pattern actually calls for a chain construction yarn.
The original yarn that it called for was the original by Quince & Co. And it's a chained linen. And it's an Aran weight.
And that's what this Gadifra is as well. It is a chain construction. So I don't know. I'm picking at it to look. You certainly
would definitely need to at least, I would say you'd almost have to triple it.
I would think. I was just going to say that double would not be thick enough. You might have to triple it. But having said that, it is a very generous pattern. I made the medium, and like it's very big. So you could probably attempt a gauge swatch first. And I would say start with triple and see what you get for a fabric with the needles that the pattern calls for, and if it's anywhere close. I would not normally make a medium-sized sweater. I would make a size large. So I was able to go down a whole sweater size, and I did not get the gauge of the pattern, though, if I recall. I was getting I was getting somewhere close to stitch gauge. Is that what I'm trying to say? Stitch gauge, but not row gauge, because I had to do an extra, I had to do an extra repeat of the lace pattern in the front to get it even to this short crop length. So I couldn't get gauge using this yarn. So I don't know, but you know what? It has been done on Ravelry.
Yeah. So if you go in,
so
if you look
many times, so you might be able to just search that specific yarn and see if anybody else has done it in Coast, and then look at their notes and see what they did. Yeah.
So,
okay.
So I'm going back to some notes here. Okay, this Samurai Guard pullover, I have seen that, and the yoke of it looks very similar to this. Other than this one is this is called the Peacock Solo, and it's got like a higher neck, like kind of comes up more, and I think the other one is kind of more of like a crew neck, but it's kind of similar to the feather and fan that you've got in the yoke of it. It's a very pretty pullover. I had it favorited too, but I just like how this one had the high neck, and then at the back, like it's split there at the back, so you just put like 3 little buttons on it, so then you get the little keyhole that's open at the back of the neck too. So I kind of like that detail too.
It's almost like a Victorian element, right? It's pretty. So Bobette is going to Ireland in 8 weeks for her first time, and boy, are we jealous. Does anyone have a favorite yarn shop? I don't have a favorite yarn shop there. I have been to Ireland a sum total of 1 time, and it was 4 years ago, I think. And I spent a good part of my time looking for a yarn shop, but I am told that there's no shortage of yarn shops there now. So I would just,
I think you and I went too early.
I think we went, too quick. Like just there were before, I didn't find a single indie dyer. I did find a small yarn shop
then. And
well, I think there was Hedgehog Fibers, but I wasn't anywhere near that. And
okay. Well, there wasn't when I went, and I think you went after me.
Yeah. So we got some, I think we both came home with Donegal tweed yarn, right?
Yes. I ended up getting at a gift store.
Me too. Me too. Yeah. I think at one of the tourist traps, so I probably definitely overpaid for it, but I did buy a sweater quantity. And then we were in another small town, and we did find a yarn shop there, and I bought some local Ireland yarn, but it looks very commercial. So it wasn't exactly, in my mind, I had this like full authentic Irish yarn that I was going to come home with, that I, maybe met the lady that had spun it. Yeah, it wasn't happening. I don't know. I don't know.
I lived there for 5 years, but I really wasn't into yarn at that point.
No.
I was born in Ireland, and we moved to Canada in, well, let's just say when I was 5. I was going to say the year, but I'll just say when I was 5.
Emily has mentioned that
a long time ago.
Emily mentioned that Carol Feller is in Ireland, and she thinks her shop is called Stolen Stitches. We actually have some of Carolyn Feller's yarn, do we not? Isn't that the Nua
Sport?
We have Nua Sport, which we did not buy in Ireland. We bought here.
And we still haven't knit yet.
Also, when I was in Vancouver, I bought some Irish yarn. And it's Studio Donegal as well. I haven't put it away yet. I had to buy more tote boxes for my stashing, but hey, progress. But anyway, so this is beautiful yarn, and I bought this in Vancouver at no, not that receipt.
I don't remember which one you bought it at.
Three bags full. No, yes, at 3 bags full when I was there in October, and it's really pretty and it's soft. And then there was another store. Sheila, you're in here tonight. We went to 3 bags full. We went to Wet Coast Wools. I cannot remember the name of the third store that you took me to. And that's where I bought the amble.
Was it Urban?
Urban Yarns? Urban Yarns? I was trying to remember it on the weekend, and I just couldn't. Could have gone back.
I just want to say, B had asked if I thought that the Tides was scratchy. She said she knitted a wrap by Melody Hoffman, and it's so scratchy that she's never been able to wear it. I haven't, this feels fine. I think I'll be okay with it. I haven't knit a garment up, like I haven't worn a garment in tied yet. This is my first time working with it. So I'll let you know once I wear it, but I'm assuming that I'm probably going to be fine with it because I usually don't have trouble with most fibers. So, but I'll let you know. Has anybody else worked with it or had any experience with wearing the tides?
Mm-mm. Oh, thanks, Sheila. It was Urban Yarns. Okay. Now I can update that one too.
So it was Urban Yarns.
Babette said she also just got back from Madrid with a sweater quantity of cacio, which was the only Spanish yarn that she could find.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. You sound very well traveled, Babette. Very jealous right now. I haven't traveled in a while.
No.
Aside from our imaginary travel on a cork raft around the world.
On a cork raft, yep, around the world. Hey, with friends, what's better?
With friends, that's right. That raft is getting bigger by the day. By the time we fit all the people, all the wine, and all the yarn.
That's right.
It's a big raft. So. What else do we have?
Amy says the newest sport is amazing. She made a sweater for her dad, and it has awesome drape, and it's so soft. I need to get that out.
We have to pick a really good sweater pattern for it. And we have to get a sweater pattern for our Solia yarn too.
Yes, for sure.
We have to.
I know. So
that's a great idea. Mary says I could do reels for imaginary trips that we'll take. That would be perfect.
Okay.
Perfect.
Can we be in them together?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay. Now Teresa said she made Teresa said she made a cardigan with tides and she has no issues. So again, it all depends on your personal comfort level with wool. Babette said she just started traveling again. So she should be in either Rome or Portugal before the end of the year. And Marianne said she used tides and she was fine with it. These are going by so fast, they're making my eyes go. I'm reading it and then it goes.
Amy did the.
Kelly, make sure that I have my wine. That's right. The wine is on the raft.
I don't know what to pack first, the wine or the knitting. It's toss up.
They both go on at the same time.
Yeah, they do.
We can always knit clothes. We don't need to bring them.
That's right. Yes, Amy said that she did the transom cardigan in Nua.
Okay. I think I have that one favorited too.
Okay.
Barb, I'm with you. I can't figure out how to do the reels. I'm too busy knitting. I don't have time to do reels.
I don't want to get left behind. I got to figure this stuff out.
I'm still trying to figure out how I can actually knit and do my bike ride at the same time and not get sweat on the yarn. Even though realistically it does get blocked after. So
yeah, you rinse it out anyway. It doesn't matter, does it?
I know. But yeah, so I feel behind already this year because I don't know. Like I know we're podcasting this week and I'm thinking, what do I have to show?
Okay, well, I'm just going to say that everything I have finished is no longer in my possession.
I know,
so there'll be a lot of photos of objects. And then
I've started a bunch of sweaters that I'm not going to be done.
I've got some whips on the go, and maybe it won't be a long episode.
No.
Well, we say that, but maybe. So I'm trying to.
Babette said she learned the hard way that wine and Colorwork do not mix. I've learned there are a lot of things that don't mix with wine, but I still keep trying. I'm striving for perfection.
We have to we have to put some work into our knitting game too, about the worst things that can happen to knitting, right?
Yep.
Jackie says Do a trip to England to see Kate at the last homely house east of the sea and sit on the lime green couch.
Okay.
That would be fun.
Put it on the itinerary.
There's a winery in Nova Scotia that has a bright yellow couch in it, and we visited there, and trying to think of the name. It's in Wolfville.
What is it again?
A winery in Nova Scotia in Wolfville.
Oh, in Wolfville. I can't remember. Is it Gaspro? There is Gaspro wines.
I'm trying to think. I can picture the bottles of wine that I have there.
I know.
Anyway, it has this great yellow couch, and we took a lot of pictures on this great yellow couch, and I'm thinking it'd be the perfect couch to have for a knitting podcast. It's so colorful, it's so pretty.
I do remember it now too, but I can't think the name of it.
Yeah,
because we went and sat outside because they had the restaurant right at the.
Yes.
Yeah,
I can picture the wines I bought there. Yep. Fundy, no. Okay, give up on that, Kelly. Give up. Knitting and Chihuahuas do not mix. Sue says. There's a good story there, I bet. Cherie says that He released a new sweater pattern today. I did not see that one. Mm-hmm. And Marty just got an order from Holst.
No, Julia's telling us some, but it's not those ones. That's going to drive me crazy. I know it's in the Annapolis Valley.
I think it's Lightfoot.
I don't think it is.
Well, I will text you after the show with the name because I still have a bottle upstairs.
Okay.
I have one bottle left. You don't think it was Lightfoot?
I don't think, no. Just a minute. I'm getting my iPad.
Beth says we can go and sit on her couch. We can walk to several vineyards, indie dyers, alpaca and sheep farms, plus a handmade chocolate cafe. Okay, I'm in on that.
When can we come?
When is your couch available, Beth? We'll be there. I think it's a bit of a travel to get to Beth's couch. Sarah said she has not bought yarn in more than 1 month and she is feeling the withdrawal. I think it's been that long for me. I don't think I've bought yarn.
Not me.
I'm looking around. I'm thinking, oh no, that's not true. I did get some. I got some Luckets. Lightfoot. It's close.
I didn't even have to look it up. I remembered as soon as I started typing.
Luckett's Vineyard. Yes. Absolutely. That's the name of it. Great couch. The wine was not bad either.
Yeah. We had a good meal there too.
We had a really good meal there.
Yeah.
And are they not the same winery that has the telephone booth in the
Yes.
Yes. Okay. Because you can see it when you're sitting there to eat, right?
Yep.
Okay. Well, now I'm just getting thirsty.
Okay, so Beth invited us. Is she in Australia?
Yes, that's what I said. It's a bit of a travel to get to Beth's couch, but I bet it would be worth the trip. Yeah.
So Jean says she just finished the owl sweater by Kate Davies. And she used the Kiwiat blend yarn from Belfast Mini Mills on Prince Edward Island. Wow. I know I have some Kiwiat that I got at Belfast Mini Mills and I still haven't used it. But I keep wanting to think of the perfect thing to use it with. And realistically, I should just knit something.
Yes. Yeah.
So
no procrastinating.
But.
So Mary is asking if we have decided what the next make along will be. We talked about it. Mary?
No, but we will before the podcast.
Yes, we will. I think we know where we're headed. I think.
Okay.
We could be headed in two entirely different directions. That's what I'm saying. But there'll be something. So we're podcasting tomorrow night. So that means there should be an episode up by the weekend. If I can get my iPad to cooperate. So I tried to get my new iPad up and going today. And it's been updating. It's just sitting there. It says it's uploading all the apps from the other one. So I did the thing. I put them side by side. I'm still waiting, but I'm pretty psyched about it. All the new bells and whistles.
Okay, Beth says we have to go in the fall because that's when the wine harvest happens. But isn't their fall our spring?
Yes, I think. Yes, because their winter is our summer.
Right.
Jan is going to knit the Nanilchuk Swan Show in tweed. I love that pattern. I love the way it looks. I love every picture I've ever seen. I don't know if I would love wearing it. I feel like it would restrict your arms. I don't know, but I love every single picture I've ever seen of it. Like it speaks to me. Keep us posted, Jan. Keep us posted on your feelings. Yeah. Oh, Beth even says she has a new couch and it's never even been sat on.
Okay, we're there.
And Teresa confirmed the phone booth is in the field. Yes. Okay. Sheila says we're all going to Beth's couch.
Okay.
We're just picking her up on the way, right? On the raft trip?
Sure.
Stopping there. Jean finished the Owl sweater by Kate Davies, and she used a Kiviot blend from Belfast Mini. Did you just say that?
I said that. I did say that. Yes. That's okay. We're at different spots in the comments.
As soon as I said Belfast Mini Mills, I'm like, you just said that.
Yeah.
Okay.
But Jean says her next sweater, she's going to use yak yarn that she got from.
Where did she get that from?
Ula and Leah. So I don't know if maybe that's the yak's names. I don't know.
Maybe. Oh, good night, Glenda. Glenda's headed to bed. It's much later where Glenda is than it is here. And Laura just started the Illuminate by Andrea Mowry. Very pretty.
Mm-hmm.
May Jo says the podcast will be on YouTube in time for Chinese New Year. Yay.
Yay.
What is the year this year, May? What is the Chinese year? Or the animal year, I guess, right? I'm a snake. Do you know what you are, Noelle?
No.
Maybe May Jo could tell you if you want to tell the world what year you were born.
No. Oh, I don't.
Okay. Mindy made a turtle dove swan show, and it's her favorite sweater. She said it feels good. Okay.
I like that turtle dove sweater. I really want to do that sometime.
I like that one too. It's very pretty. B is asking if anyone has ordered yarn from Color Mart. She's ordered some luxury yarn from them and she's still waiting. The prices are good. And hopefully the yarn. I've not even heard of that.
Have not. I think I've heard of it, but I have not ordered. It's funny because it's with some places we never know whether we're going to end up getting charged duty or not. Yes. And sometimes you don't even know that till it shows up at your house. So I don't know. I if I can find what I want in Canada, I'll try to get it in Canada, just simply because of customs and duties. And usually, not always, but usually shipping is faster because it doesn't have to go through customs.
Yes. Yes. Okay. So Woolen has just finished a barley light hat that she knit out of Cheviot fiber that she dyed and spun herself.
Wow.
That's see, nice. That just makes it extra special when you're doing all of that for it. Year of the Tiger.
Okay, that's me. I don't know.
That's May Jo's year too. So this is her year. Year of the Tiger. Okay.
I'm pretty sure mine might be rat.
I always thought it was pretty cool to be the snake year.
Okay, so Marble Mount is the new one by Hohi. So I'm going to have to look that up.
Mark that one down.
Now, Susan says she loves her swancho. She thought that the sleeves would bother her, but she says she forgets about it once she's got it on. So.
Okay. Just as long as you don't have to get anything. See, it's like this. You see this? Okay, so this is very cropped, right? If I have to get something off a high shelf, I mean, it's up there, right? But
okay, but realistically, even with
I'm wearing a dress, so I don't care.
But you're not going to wear that swancho without something underneath it.
Well, I wouldn't think so, I guess, but I guess, yeah. I don't know.
Right? You're going to have a t-shirt or a tank or something on underneath it.
Okay, but I also think, like, what if you want to do a crossbody purse? Can you still do it? Because I like to do a crossbody bag. So can you still do a crossbody bag if you're wearing a Swancho?
But your crossbody bag doesn't come right up to your armhole. It comes down here.
No, I know it comes down low, but that's what I mean. Like, are you restricted because it's, I don't know.
I don't know.
But I really like the sweater. Every time I see somebody else wearing it, I'm like, I really like that. Okay, so we have other people sounding in on what they are.
Yes.
Emily is the ox. Very flattering. Marnie Lee is a sheep.
Okay.
That's perfect.
Rachel looked it up for me. Yay, I'm not a rat. I'm a dog.
You're a dog. You're a dog.
For anybody that just tunes into that, right? Yay, I'm not a rat. I'm a dog. But we're a knitting podcast.
Yeah. Okay. So who else? Oh, Lee is the year of the hare. She's a rabbit. See, if you're a knitter and you're a sheep or a rabbit, those are like all knitterly animals. Well, I guess you've knit with dog though, right?
Yep.
Yes, your hat.
Okay. Someone called me out. Okay, Lynn. Lynn said, come on, Noelle. It's just a number. My birthday is 1957. Okay, Lynn, mine's 1958. That's really true. That's really true. I didn't just make up 1 year. You're younger than you.
Susan's a rooster. That'd be a cool one to be too. Annette's a horse. Camille's a piggy, and hubby is a dog. Oh, is that a thing too? Like, are you supposed to? Does it matter what your spouse is?
Well, is it the year that you're born?
Well, I think is it a 12 May? You're going to need to help us. I think are there 12 animals and then it's every 12th year they repeat? I think there's 12 animals. So
okay, but then does that mean if your husband's born in the same year as you, that he's the same thing as you?
He's the same animal. Yes. Okay. So my husband is a year ahead of me. He was born in 1964. So I don't know what he is. I just know I'm 65 as a snake. So, and Laura is the dragon. And I always thought, okay, that's got to be the coolest.
I would really want to be the dragon.
The dragon, right? That's got to be like all the power. Okay. So May Jo is saying yes. So I think it's 12 years. May Jo, what is 1964? Yeah, 12-year cycle. 64 is wood dragon. Oh, okay. So if I'm a snake and my husband's a dragon, what does that mean? What does that mean? Dragon. He's a dragon. Darn. How does he get to be the dragon?
You know what? Don't tell him.
I'm not going to tell him. I'm not going to tell him because I feel like the dragon is like the all power. Karen's a monkey. The monkey would be a good one too.
Monkey would be okay.
Monkey would be fun. Okay. Well, this is fun. I don't know what now. Okay. Down the rabbit hole I go. I'm going to go afterwards. I'm going to look these things up. I'm going to see what they all mean.
Pat said she could guarantee that I'm young in years and spirit. Thank you. You're right. It is just a number, but the number's going in a direction that I don't like. You just wait, Kelly. You just haven't even hit 60 yet.
No. Well, I feel it some days. I feel it. So it says, or Marianne says, I should be a snake and don't tell him. That's what I'm going to do.
That's right. Exactly.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay. So today is January the 25th. So that means if you are knitting along in the, I'm going to look for it. If you're knitting along in with us.
Oh, I forgot. We were a knitting podcast, right? Okay.
We are a knitting podcast. Yeah. We should mention knitting. Wouldn't that be novel? We should talk about knitting on our knitting podcast. If you're knitting along in the WWWKNP Mal you have until January the 31st to make your warm winter woolly accessories. And they could include a hat, a scarf, a cowl, mittens, gloves,
hand warmers,
hand warmers, leg warmers, accessories for your animals. We talked about this before. It could include all of those things. And you could enter it into our chat. No, what is it?
Yeah, there is a chat, and then there's also a finished object.
And a finished object thread in Ravelry.
And put your finished object in the finished object thread. And if you want to hashtag it on Instagram, it's hashtag WWWKNP Mal. Right? And we also have our sock knit along that goes for the whole year. So what we do with the socks is we draw prizes every month. So, and we draw a pattern prize, and Natalie Sheldon, Remembrance Pottery, has generously donated us patterns for that cal. And then we also have a yarn prize. So when you put your projects in, your finished socks in, when we draw, even when we get into February, we go back to the beginning of the year and draw from the beginning of the year. So the more socks you get in there, the more chances you have to win something. So it doesn't matter when they're started, just whatever month you finish them in, put them in the cal at that time. So.
Yep. And then we will have a new one starting in February. Yep. That we'll tell you about this weekend in the podcast when we finalize our details, when we figure out what we're going to do. And I think that one will run for 2 months.
Yep.
2 months is good, right?
Yep.
And that gives everybody a chance to join in. We'll have prizes for all of these things. We haven't figured out the prizes yet, but we will. We'll dig into the prize bin and see what's in there for everybody. And I should also mention all prizes that we've handed out have been mailed at this point. I was a little late from the pajama party, but everything got mailed out last week. So you should be receiving those.
Including the one from last week.
The spin the wheel thingy that we did. Yeah, that's gone out too. So everything has been entered out of packaged and shipped. I can't talk today. I had the day at home. I woke up not feeling well, and I was wondering if I was going to get through this tonight. I had a really upset stomach. So it's been and I said to Noelle, if you see me take off, I might come back, I might not. You'll see. But feeling better. I just spent the day drinking fluids and not the alcoholic kind.
Yeah.
Tea, fennel tea, and water. Just trying to flush everything out of the system. And yeah, so that was not fun, but that's that. What have you got going on this week?
Me? Well, it was a big day today because it was, I got to go to a yarn store, and I actually went and saw Jacqueline for lunch. She actually made me lunch. She had some homemade lentil soup and some homemade focaccia bread.
Oh, nice.
So yes, that was really nice. And then she got me some Oatly to stock up on my Oatly. So Oatly is it's an oat barista beverage that foams amazing and tastes amazing. And so she got me a foamer for Christmas, and that's what I've been putting in my coffee since. So it's like it's not cream, so it's not the same as oatmeal that you might drink. They do something to it for the barista blend, but it's really good. So and they don't sell it anywhere in Sarnia, of course. So so that was really nice. She got me some of that and had a lovely lunch and got to go to a yarn store.
Nice.
So yeah, it was fun.
Jess is asking if the socks need to be started in 2022. They do not. They just need to be finished in 2022. So if you've got something on the needles, some languishing whips.
Okay, just a minute here. There's a comment from Zerpal that said you saw your son-in-law too. Yes, I did. Thanks, Mike. Lunch was awesome. And it was very nice to see you. So he commented one other time and asked how come I didn't say anything back. And I should have said, we have a male viewer. So, and I shouldn't say that. Maybe we have other male viewers, but according to the YouTube stats, we don't, do we?
We don't. No. Oh, and Susan has reported back, yes, on the crossbody bag. She says she always, and she on the Nanilchuk, and she always has a top on underneath of her sweater as well. So, okay. B says it's not just a pig either, it's an earth pig.
Okay.
Come on, B. I think that sounds better. That sounds Mother Earthy, right? That sounds great. Okay. Do we have anything else here to finish up? I'm just going back. Okay. I think we have covered everything.
Okay. Even some non-yarny things.
Well, that's all. That's always. That's every week. Cherie says that we scared the men off during the menopause talks. You think they would have joined in on the possum talks?
I forgot about those. But
I know,
we did have that discussion, didn't we?
Yeah. So in an hour and 15 minutes, I knit less than I did in 40 minutes to and from Sarnia.
I knit 2 stitches and then I put it down.
This is my knitting for tonight. This is it. Last week, I was really productive on the hat. This week, not so much. So I don't know. Maybe that just means, I don't know. I guess I wasn't talking to Mike at all that day. He was driving. I guess I didn't need to point that out. You knew I wasn't driving and knitting. I might have done that years ago, but I wouldn't do that now.
I would not do
that. I used to read and drive.
Linda has a question before we go here.
Okay.
So she said she's knitting with 100% baby alpaca. She feels like she may be allergic to it. After I wash it, do you think I may still have the same problem?
Ooh.
I don't know, Linda. I would maybe do, if you're really not sure and you don't want to do the whole garment, do a little, just a little swatch, wash it, and check it out that way before you knit a whole garment and then figure out that you can't use it or wear it.
Yeah. You could like just tuck it in against your skin.
Yeah. Some people say they just put it in like the top of their bra or whatever so that it's, and just see if.
Yeah. I'm trying to think like what would be on an alpaca that might wash out. Like, you know, sometimes like when the yarns are dyed, sometimes you get the spinning oil and things like that. But the alpaca, like it feels pretty much like what it's going to feel like after you're done knitting with it too, right? And
well, I think sometimes people say that alpaca is non-allergenic, but I think when they say that, they mean in comparison to wool for some people, but that doesn't necessarily mean that there aren't people that are allergic to alpaca.
Right. Yeah. So, okay. All right. Well, it's been fun.
Yeah. We want to thank everybody for joining us. It's always fun that you put up with us.
It's always fun. And our chaos. If you like our chaos and our fun, hit the subscribe button and hit the little bell to get notified. We had a viewer that left us a message that she didn't understand why she wasn't getting notified because she had subscribed to the bell. And then she said that she went into her settings and realized she had turned notifications off. Oh, okay. So she turned it on and she had over 3,000 notifications. So not from us. Not from us, but okay. Last thing. Kim says alpaca has guard hairs that get left in the spinning sometimes. Okay. So there could be that. But other than that, we'll see you next week, people.
Yeah. Take care, everybody. Happy knitting and
be safe.
Yeah. Yes. Stay warm.
Stay warm. Or stay cool if you're in a
stay
warmer
cool,
climate.
Depending. That's right. So, okay. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you next week.
Bye.